Cold night, cold beer, barbecue. Scented mushrooms, as I suppose it's translated, because they're called xianggu in Chinese. Um, Welcome to China, how it is, part 2. Oh, and on a completely different note. Well, everybody, it's almost Christmas, eh? Looking forward to it. I'm sitting at a little hot pot slash barbecue restaurant here on my favorite little street. Well, one of my favorite little streets anyway, near my house. And I'm going to be telling you all about Chinese girls tonight, which, yeah. Why am I going to tell you about Chinese girls? Because it's the question I get the most. I mean, people might not phrase it as in, are Chinese girls easy? But the kind of questions I get are, will I be able to find a Chinese girlfriend easily? Do Chinese girls like foreigners? Etc., etc., etc. All right, so let me break it to you. Are Chinese girls easy? Yes, they are. Okay, but it's not all as it seems. Okay, first of all, from a foreigner's perspective, it depends on the kind of foreigner you are. If you're black, Indian, Pakistani, any kind of dark-skinned race, forget about it. You're at a disadvantage. Why are you at a disadvantage? Well, one of the reasons anyway, this is not, the only reason, but one of them is the darker your skin in China, the lower class you are. This is the general consensus. And it comes from, well, very logically, if you're a street sweeper or a construction worker or a farmer, you're going to have dark, leathery skin from being out in the sun too long. Whereas if you're an executive or some kind of a special upper class person, you're going to have whiter skin because you are pampered and live indoors and that sort of thing. If you're a princess, anything like that, you're going to have white skin. This is very evident if you ever walk around in China in summer. You will see all the Chinese girls and Chinese ladies walk around with umbrellas open in the sun. There's not a drop of rain in sight, but they all have umbrellas open. It's to prevent themselves from getting a tan. Okay, so now we've got that out of the way. If you're a lighter skinned foreigner, such as, even Mexican, Middle Eastern, like Turkish pass, I guess, or, white, like myself, etc., you're at an advantage when it comes to finding a Chinese girlfriend. Yes, it'll be easier for you. Unfortunately, the reasons why it's easy are kind of stupid and shallow. Usually, number one, it's got to do with money. If you look at especially a city like Shenzhen, okay, a lot of young girls come to Shenzhen to find opportunity because basically in their little hometowns, their little villages and places they come from, there is no opportunity for work, making money, that sort of thing. So they come here basically to pursue a dream and to make their fortune. And they do come from very poor backgrounds, and usually a foreigner is considered to have money. Even if you have some stupid bum walking around with dreadlocks and a sort of backpack and sandals, they'll still think that he's rich. Don't know why. And you do get a lot of these backpackers. Apologies if any of you guys fit that profile. I'll share a beer with you any day. Anyway, I digress. So we've got to the point where we know what kind of foreigners they like, and usually the reasons: money, a passport, marry you, get a passport, because although China's a wonderful place, being on a Chinese passport doesn't really allow you to travel anywhere, at least not with huge, great difficulty and a lot of money. So if you have another passport, it opens up travel opportunities. Okay. Also, I guess it falls into the whole exotic category as well. Just the same as in the West, Asians are considered exotic. Foreigners are considered exotic here. You know, if you look at people with black hair and brown eyes all day, every day of your life, and somebody comes along with blue eyes and blonde hair, or green eyes and brown hair, or something new and different. It's that whole, you eat rice every day, noodles seem like a good idea. Whereas if you eat noodles every day, rice seems like a good idea. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, without getting too far off the point here, here come the problems. Although it's fairly easy for you to start a relationship with a Chinese girl or Chinese woman, if you're a foreigner anyway. I'm not going to tell you how to pick them up. I mean, come on, if you don't know that, go get a self-help book. But once you've started your relationship, you'll find a big problem, at least that all of the foreigners I know who've dated Chinese people, and from my own experience too, is that Chinese girls are usually very jealous, very clingy, and what else? Very mistrusting, untrusting, I should say. This comes from, of course, the Chinese and I suppose Asian culture in general. Fidelity is not exactly very high up on the priority list, and this is to all the Chinese guys watching this. Don't, before you stamp your foot and say, "Oh, that's rubbish," you know, Chinese guys are very monogamous, blah blah blah. That's nonsense. Okay, absolute nonsense. Since I live here and I know what I'm talking about. I've been to enough Chinese business meetings to know what goes on behind the scenes, and yeah, let's just leave it at that. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, jealous and mistrusting. Okay, for obvious reasons, through bad experiences or just because of culture, that's the way they are. So if you have a Chinese girlfriend and you go out for a beer with your mates, be prepared to you receive a barrage of messages, calls, where are you, what are you doing, why aren't you back yet, blah blah blah. Okay, just be prepared. If you do absolutely nothing wrong, they're going to still think you're doing something wrong. If you get if you don't reply to a message straight away, or if you don't pick up your phone, or you know, whatever the case, then you're going to get basically into shit. Excuse the French. What else? Expect them to go through your phone, check your SMSs. If you leave your computer open, they'll go rooting through your computer, look for pictures and things like that. You might think I'm generalizing. Come to China, you'll see I'm not. It's the truth. So yes, if you're the kind of guys looking for a straightforward, solid relationship with a Chinese girl, something that lasts, then you know you'll be in luck, because that's what you're going to find. In most cases, you know, Chinese girls start talking about, or at least hinting at, marriage within the first month of a relationship. Especially since here in China, getting married young is the thing to do. People usually get married in their early 20s, and it's kind of a culturally accepted thing. If a woman reaches 30 and hasn't gotten married yet, there's something very wrong, and she starts to worry and get desperate. Anyway, so let's just go through the points. If you're the right kind of foreigner, yes, it'll be easy for you to get a girlfriend. The girl you're going to get is most probably going to be very clingy, very jealous, very untrusting, okay? But still an absolutely wonderful girlfriend. The kind of person who's going to cook your food, look after you, etc., etc. What else can I say? Yeah, if you're a playboy and you just want to muck about, you could probably do that, but you know, you're going to have all sorts of nonsense going on. If you don't answer your phones, if you do things, probably going to get her pitching up at your door in the middle of the night, banging on the door, etc., etc. Anyway, I hope this answers your questions. I think I've gone through pretty much everything, haven't I? If I have missed anything out, please let me know. Send me a message and I'll reply. I'll do another video. but I think that pretty much covers it. Chinese girls, I suppose, like any girl or any woman out there, is, you know, always going to be something that us men never really will fully understand. So guys, I'm waffling on to myself, and to you, and it's time for me to finish my beer, order another, and if I think of anything interesting, I'll add it. And now, on another completely different note. It's a little odd. There's a hairdresser playing some kind of English music over there. Come to get some Qingdao draft beer since I have the day off. And beer girls in Hong Kong, so got nothing better to do than drive around and have beer. It's a really awesome day. Never forget to wear protection, eh?